Welcome to the third video in our series utilizing the first of its kind integration of TradingView's data and research capabilities being one click away in Symphony's compliant and collaborative environment for financial professionals. So, as you can see here, we've got TradingView already added to our account. We can see the charts here. And in our first video, we gave you an introduction to the platform. But in this video, we are now going to give you an introduction to the screener tools. So let's talk about screening for specific markets while logged into your Symphony account. Now, there are two places to access the screener tools, as well as a third place that isn't necessarily a screener, but can still be utilized like one from a high level point of view. The first thing to observe is at the bottom of the chart, you can see it says stock screener. If we open up the stock screener, well, you guessed it, we've got all of the stocks that we are looking into. In fact, there are over 7,600 matches or equities that are being shown to us at this moment. If we click this drop down button, we've got our Forex screener and we've got our crypto pairs screener. Now, this is one place to get started with the screener, but it's important to know that there is another screener capability off to the right. If we click this tool, well, ladies and gentlemen, you can really get advanced because you can see up here where it says stock screener. We click the drop down. You've now got the ETF screener, the bond screener, the crypto coin screener, and the DEX screener, or decentralized exchange. So the thing here that is important to know is that you have got a screener for everything. Now, the first place to get started, as you wish, is the screener tool down here at the bottom left. Then you've also got the screener off here to the right. And while they mostly do the same thing, it's going to come down to your preference. What look and feel do you prefer? What location do you prefer on the chart? Do you prefer to build your screener off here to the right or down here to the left? And then, of course, if you are looking for things like the ETF screener, this can only be found using the screener tool here off to the right. Now, we mentioned there's a third place to screen, and you have probably now heard us in these tutorial videos talk about it before. That is the symbol search box. So if you click the symbol search box, you can perform some high-level screens based off of your specific interest or what it is you need to find. So let's say you are interested in stocks, for example. Well, you can click stock. And now let's say you're only interested in stocks in Canada. Well, let's go ahead and click Canada. And now let's say you're only interested in common stock. And now let's say you're only interested in looking for stocks in the communications sector. Well, just like that, you've created a symbol search here that only is looking at these specific items. Now, it's not a screen. It's not being sorted in any particular way, but you have at least created a screen in your symbol search to ensure you are only searching for specific symbols, depending on what you type up here in the search, or if you want to browse through what's being shown to you. Also, keep in mind that these types of filters do change depending on the asset class. So if we click Forex, we've got sources. Here are all of the different data services and exchanges that we can access for Forex pairs. So these are the three places for you to get started. Now, what we want to do is show you two custom screens in the other two locations so you have a good idea of how to get started. Let's get started by going to the screener tool off here to the right and clicking it. The first thing we're going to want to do actually is adjust our chart so we can see what it is we want to see. Let's also go ahead and change this symbol to the NASDAQ 100, or let's actually do the E-mini S&P 500 futures. There we go. And now let's screen for some stocks related to the S&P 500 E-mini futures. So we're going to click stock screener. And our first choice here is the market. Where do we want to search for? Let's go ahead and keep this listed in the USA. But if we wanted to do the entire world, we could do that. Or a specific market, that's entirely up to us. We just have to click the market that we want, or even create our own custom selection of markets by utilizing the multi-select feature. So you can already probably start to see just how many options there are for your screening capabilities. The next thing we want to do is index. Now keep in mind, we're charting the S&P 500 E-mini futures. So let's click S&P 500. We only want to see stocks in the S&P 500. Now, another key concept we're going to want to add here is how about PE ratio? We want to see companies with a PE ratio of 15 and below. So how many companies in the S&P 500 with a market cap over 10 billion have a PE ratio of 15 or equal? And just like that, we can see we've got 80 companies listed. Now we can click through this list to chart all of these companies as needed. In addition, you can see here we've got the ability to view charts as well. So if we would prefer not to even look at the chart as we click through, we can maximize this menu and just look at all of the charts on our screen. Quite a powerful feature for visualizing different movements very quickly as you scroll down. Also, keep in mind that I can save this to my account. So if I click save, I can call this S&P 500 PE ratio screen, click save, and it's fairly self-explanatory that we've now saved this. Here's the title up here. We can reload this at any point, edit it, export the results, save it again, revert it. The choice is really ours. Now I'm going to exit out of this because it's quite important that I also show you the other screener down here at the bottom left. If you click this screener tool down at the bottom left, you're going to have a similar look and feel and process. The difference is you might find the Forex screener or crypto pair screener at the bottom of your chart a little more to your liking. Let's go ahead and click Forex screener. Let's minimize this to fit our window. And what we're going to do here is click filters. And the first thing we're going to do is select our region. And let's go ahead and look at Europe, the Americas, and let's keep it to Europe and the Americas. Let's also go ahead and only look at the major pairs. And just like that, we only have 5 matches in this region-specific screen. If we want to see more data beyond just this price data, well, we've got performance here. We've also got the ability to look at oscillators or trend following, but perhaps the best aspect, and similar to the other screener as well, is you can customize these as needed. So if you don't want to see some of these specific filters here, well, you can customize it just as you need. Because, check this out, I'm going to uncheck some of these boxes here, and we're going to simplify this to only look at a few key screening capabilities. And just like that, we've simplified it down to just today's change, the year-to-date performance, and the all-time performance. So this is the screener capability for you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this video introduced you to the screener tools, and in our next video, we will walk through watch list and news, and in our previous video, we took you through how to customize and build a chart. So ideally, you are now truly grasping everything that you can now access on Symphony through a first-of-its-kind integration with TradingView.